I'm Rantasmo, and the comeback needs more gay. Okay, fair warning. I am about to queen out. This November, the short-lived HBO series The Comeback, starring Lisa Kudrow, is coming back for a 6-episode limited series. So, I briefly touched on The Comeback a few years ago, but I didn't go into very much detail at the time. And for that I have to apologize, because we should all be going into great detail about The Comeback at all times. The Comeback is a tragicomic series presented as the rough footage of a reality show starring Valerie Cherish, a fallen TV star who's recently been cast in a small role in a mediocre sitcom.
Note to self, after a long day at work, I don't need to see that!
We watch her deal with disdainful producers and a set of much younger co-stars. And with her stylist and BFF Mickey by her side, Valerie tries her best to maintain dignity and control over the way she's perceived.
Well, I got it! Alright, you can't use that, okay? That was a crazy person, and you cannot use it.
You know how sometimes I'll mention that a certain movie or TV show has like a sizable gay male fan base? With The Comeback, I'm only slightly exaggerating when I say that its fan base is exclusively gay men. At the very least, gay men are its most enthusiastic fans. And once again, I think that has a lot to do with the connection between gay men and funny women, especially older women. Like Death Becomes Her, The Comeback satirizes the way the entertainment industry treats older women, but it does so in a way that's much more sympathetic to the women. The Comeback arrived just as reality shows as a genre had reached a dip in popularity. The oversaturation of hyped-up, gimmicky reality game shows in the early 2000s had led to something of a backlash, and many claimed that reality TV was a dying fad. We hadn't quite yet reached the explosion of train wreck, famous for being famous, hot garbage reality shows that would eventually come to define Bravo. So in that way, the first season of The Comeback was deeply ahead of its time. It imagines what the rough footage of these garbage shows might look like. And in doing so, it offers a look at the humanity behind the garbage. Valerie is desperate for fame, and we tend to associate that sort of thing with outlandish, inexcusably horrible behavior. But with Val, we see a more relatable side to it. One could say that she just wants to be adulated, but I think more than anything, she just wants people to like her.
Don't hate me. Okay, you can't hate me. It's one joke. It's not fair, you know. It's not who I am. That's not who I am. You know, I'm a team player and I'm a hard worker. I'm the one who buys gifts for all the crew. You know, that's who I am. That's who I am. So, all right. Have a good night.
It takes a lot of skill to portray a character who's both immensely flawed and immensely likable. That's why even though every character is better if they're played by Lisa Kudrow, I prefer Valerie a lot more compared to, say, the character she plays on Showtime's Web Therapy. Fiona Wallace is highly flawed, but she's also completely unsympathetic. She's perfectly willing to hurt her own clients, colleagues, and family if it means furthering her own career. She doesn't care what those people think of her. And some would argue that means she's the better person, because she's at least somewhat honest in that regard. But I feel like being honest about being a bad person just makes you an honestly bad person. Valerie is not an honest person, least of all to herself. And she's more than a tad self-absorbed, but she also has a lot of admirable qualities. She's a capable actress, she genuinely cares about her family and her coworkers, and there are even a few times when we get to see her stop trying to please everyone and stand up for herself. And these are by far the most satisfying moments of the show.
No. Problem is that everybody came, and I wasn't invited. And that hurts my feelings, okay? And you need to know that.
I love Valerie because it takes a certain kind of courage to bake cookies for people who don't respect you. And it takes a different kind of courage to tell them how you really feel. And with Val, we get a taste of both. So needless to say, I am counting the days till November 9th, when The Comeback makes its comeback. Because after a long day at work, I do need to see that.